Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. We'll get to the highlights of the Hilton Head St. Patrick's Day festivities in just a moment, but first the headlines. Beaufort police think they have found the shooter of that 6-year-old boy at the Cross Creek Apartments a couple of weeks ago. 18-year-old Benjamin Shamar Seabrook, the fourth of St. Helena, has been arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter and a handful of other charges in the death of 6-year-old Frankie Washington, and is being held in the Beaufort County Jail. Beaufort County also has finally found a parks director after a 5-month search. Eric Brown has been hired away from Hollywood, Florida, near Miami. He brings 35 years of experience in parks and recreation to the county, replacing Shannon Loper, who was fired over her unauthorized purchase of $800,000 in playground equipment at the Port Royal Community Center. Loper has since been hired as parks director in Rincon, Georgia. Now, they didn't have the parade in Clydesdale of Hilton Head St. Patrick's Day Parade, but the Charles Lynn Brown Rec Center in Beaufort celebrated its $520,000 renovation and reopening over the weekend, a testimony to what the Island Packet calls the persistence of Beaufort City Councilor Mitch Mitchell and other friends of the community center who fought for the funding to renovate the building to be more comparable to the other county rec centers in Bluffton and Burton Wells. The new center features a renovated game room, basketball/pickleball courts, kitchens, and new classrooms, as well as a new HVAC system. With the COVID pandemic mostly in our rearview mirror, it's time to examine what we learned from the public health emergency. The director of the state's DHEC response to the pandemic says a new bill being drafted in the legislature as the state's official policy for the next emergency has some bad ideas in it. Dr. Edward Simmer does not like portions of the bill that would outlaw vaccine mandates unless they'd been approved by the FDA for 10 years, and would also loosen restrictions on who can visit people in isolation and require symptom-free patients to be released from quarantine well before any outside signs of an outbreak are detected. Even Governor McMaster has expressed concerns over a bill that hinders health officials and even first responders from following the science of health emergencies. Fortunately, none of the towns in our part of the Lowcountry are big enough to be in this report, and Beaufort County is considered the healthiest county in the state, but 4 of our bigger city brethren in South Carolina rank in the top 30 in the country as most obese cities, according to research by WalletHub. Columbia is the 12th fattest city in the country. Greenville is 24th, Myrtle Beach 26th, Charleston 29th. According to the CDC, more than 4 out of 10 Americans are considered obese, costing us $190 billion a year in medical bills. WalletHub compared 19 different factors among the nation's 100 biggest metro areas to come up with those rankings. And thanks to social media measurements, pretty much everything can be ranked these days, even the best distilleries in an area. TripAdvisor says that for all the other things our part of the Lowcountry is known for in the tourism world, it also includes 2 of the 3 best distilleries in South Carolina. Hilton Head Distillery ranked number 1 for its unique experience that includes hands-on mixology demonstrations. Burnt Church Distillery in Bluffton ranked 3rd, featuring a food menu and 7,000 square foot tasting room. And your friends thought we were just all about the beaches. The weather looks good for the upcoming few days here in the Lowcountry. Maria Soden will be back tomorrow to update us on all of that. We've got much more ahead on the WHHI Daily News. We're going to have, again, much more on the Hilton Head celebration and the festivities thereof. We will also hear about a St. Patrick's Day pickleball tournament, and we'll have the weekend in sports. All of it ahead on the WHHI Daily News. Stay with us.